Hip hip hooray! We upload these every 15 minutes because we want to finish the game as fast as possible. Doki Literature Club.
Doki, your mom's club. I hope this isn't too overwhelming. Of a whatever commitment. Wait, you read for it? Because I don't think these gummies over. I'm gonna get.
I'm probably just gonna read forever. Honestly, I just love reading. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth as someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Mostly defeated, Natsuki pops back into a seat. Don't worry, guys. Ace Roger always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayuri, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you won't set your house on fire. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Ace Roger can become good friends too. Sayuri. And you, Sayuri seems completely oblivious to the weird situation she's put me into. Oh, you're even writing something today, you know? Well, wait, Sayuri. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really nothing. What do I do? I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. Guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Why am I talking like that? Makes me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yes, I won't make a big deal about it if you don't want it to be.
Okay, stop. Delita, please.
Yuri. Alright. Why am I reading the name? Yuri, alright.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi.
Also, the thing is like stuck on games. Yeah.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want any of you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, something that should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is what I love.
I have a stack of mine.
It's what?
It's stuck on one screen.
I'm gonna...
Maybe I can finally get
Okay,
my
I can actually
anvil.
see going to Doki Literature Club. We could discuss it if you wanted. This is how is this girl accidentally at being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. I'm never gonna read it. I know that. I enthusiastically taste the book.
I am not going.
Wait, did I just say I enthusiastically taste the book?
I'm not going in there.
Phew! When you can read it, you. I'm quite just.
What you think?
I just kind of feel like, I don't know why, I just kind of feel like reading for some reason right now. I just love reading, so I'm gonna read for just me reading for a little bit, and you can just give your input on story or whatever, I don't know. Or you can just make dumb jokes. I look forward to hearing what you think. I don't know why, I just really like reading. Like, really like reading. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica... I'm going to keep saying Sayuri, aren't I? Sayuri and Monica... Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in her book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. Oh boy, it's Natsuki's scene. And you and Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. I might actually have to censor the next CG. Maybe. Or at least one of the dialogue. Maybe Natsuki uttered an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand.
No. I saw you.
Looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Ah, sometimes. Manga is one of those things you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How do you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a long volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to the box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Ace Elijah, considering this is the lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out a fresh volume of Parfait Girls from the list. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into her hands. Ah, I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the window. I think this is the wrong CG. Maybe it's day 3 or 4 that I have to censor something. She pats on the ground next to... I definitely have to censor something on day 5, by the way. Like, no questions asked, I have to censor something on day 5. You'll figure it out when I get there. Because it's a really big story element that I can't tell you. She pats on the ground next to her. Signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? Oh, I guess it's easier to be closer together like this. Don't just say that. It'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, regaining the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older versions of your older volumes? Oh, not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series. Are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happening yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I couldn't be proud of these, since it's rare for writing to be entertaining to me, entertaining enough to make up for the lack of. Dang it! I can't speak today. So, what should I expect from this? You're going to be a plot? Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I kind of know what you're saying. All of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really fun chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there are all kinds of drama. When they get into all their backstories and some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? Sound like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Oh my god.
Hey, wait. I should move my mouse back. Oh god. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? And then Suki gives me a little shove. It just meant that I haven't yet seen you in your full power. Good save. Oh, this chapter seems to be about baking. This is just a guess. Was there a lot of baking in this month? Well, Natsuki causes her own and she doesn't need to admit something. Yeah, what does that matter? It does. It doesn't. I was just curious, since you enjoy baking too.
Yep.
That's just a coincidence.
Yeah,
Just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. I think I would never get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable.
Yeah.
Definitely not a coincidence.
I only have one shield.
I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Oh yes, this
I
CG.
only have an axe now.
I don't know why I like that one so much. I'm gonna go get my brother to be slightly more quiet.
Maybe slightly more quiet. No, but I don't want to be yelling across the house about you, but
And just like that.
back to the yoga. Tired.
We've been on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching it.
Hold myself.
Well,
Screw you.
I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else.
Can I have this?
I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not, well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Oh, you share your manga with your friends? Do not rub it in. Jeez. Oh, sorry. I cannot English. Like, whenever I get my friends to read this, they all just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, hey, you still going out of there yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. And I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. That's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? That's a good point. Which part? Wait, actually, what part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like it solves all of my problems, maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
I am not in combat.
So? Geez, that's enough. You're gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happened. He puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. That's like me talking about this game. I can't say anything about the plot until we get to that part of the plot. Just finish this chapter.
Hey, you
Natsuki's voice sparkled with excitement, and it's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. I'm gonna move my mic. But if you're not used to sharing a favorite manga with a friend, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom is a real experience. Though it makes me smile a little to myself.
Guys, it's 7:48.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know.
I know the chicken man. I have 12 hugs now.
Okay, everyone. Are you ready with today's poems? Well, come on. Would your timing be any worse? Sorry, I just need to make sure we have enough time. But you do look pretty cozy over there. Maybe suddenly you notice how close she's gotten to me. She easily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Oh, yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Huh? Is that really alright?
You there.
I said that mostly because I didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course, it wouldn't take forever to finish. It would take it forever to finish if you didn't take it home. I'm gonna finish one before tomorrow, so we can all get started on the next one. So we can all get started. I didn't even read that dialogue properly. I cannot English, and if it gets bent, I'll kill you. I'm excited for that part. I'm not going to say if that happens or not in this game. You will have to figure that out on your own. Only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this, but I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in saying Subi's enthusiastic face. Well, I'm more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it. Oh god, we have to start recording. Stop recording, like now.